What's the drink of choice tonight?
Well, I'm not promoting it, but I like some old cold beer. I think I'm going to have one. I'm not promoting it now.
2 shots of vodka.
Road beers.
I am the liquor.
Rotbärs.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here.
Road beers.
I drink and I know things.
Road beers.
How many drinks of alcohol do you consume a week?
One shelf.
Road beers.
What's that? What's that? What's that?
We should get some road beers, huh? Yeah.
Hell yeah, we should get some road beers.
Do you want a beer?
Oh, we can start with the beer.
It is called road beers after all.
Yes. Actually. Let's go.
Cheers. Yeah, why don't we start it?
Okay.
So on this exciting episode, we're switching from just alcoholic shenanigans to becoming more cultured.
Yeah.
And today we're going to learn a little bit about India.
Very exciting. Cultural care. I'm in nursing, so we are told that... we live in Canada.
Yeah.
It's a very, very diverse country.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighbors could be from different culture.
Yeah.
Our school friends could be from different cultures. Our teachers.
Yeah.
Our co-workers, colleagues, anyone. So it's good to know about different cultures.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And some cultures have similar things,
Yeah.
I feel like, but some cultures can be so different.
See, yeah. And I feel like before I came to university, all I thought India was Bob's and Vagine.
Yeah. That's a big part of it. Bob and Vagine.
Bob's and Vagine. But no, there's so much more to India. I was just watching before you came. I made some pad thai, and I know that's not Indian, but
yeah.
I made some pad thai and watched a YouTube video on how the gypsies in Romania came from India.
Yeah.
You hear about that?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I've heard about it.
I didn't even know that.
I know a lot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, back in the day, like when people weren't established,
600 AD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like back in the day. Like people didn't used to build houses; they used to
just travel around.
Settlements, travel around, start agriculture somewhere.
Yeah.
And when they're done with that harvest, burn that land, or they had different things like to help it, like the ashes fertilize the ground.
Yeah, technically, yeah, you would get carbon and
nitrogen,
out of that,
and a few more things like I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they used to leave that land after like harvesting it and go find somewhere else. Which I think like in today's world, I wouldn't mind doing the same. Like, go somewhere, live there for a little bit, live your life, experience things, and then
go somewhere else.
On.
And hey, burn down the old place if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, I thought the coolest part was when they traveled through. Oh, I can't remember. It was the old Persian Empire.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm not
either Persian or further west than that. It might have been some controlled by the Romans. I'm not sure, but they went there and everybody was like, "We don't really like you guys," and then they're like, "No, we can do magic that will stop the Ottomans from or the people here from revolting and the Ottomans from winning battles." And so they did these magic rituals with animal sacrifices that they had never seen before in this civilization. And then the gypsies were like, did their rituals and they didn't get invaded or have revolts anymore. So they were like, "Oh, we love these guys."
Yeah. No, interesting. Like,
yeah.
I need to be cultured there. I don't know.
See, I'm a big history guy.
Okay.
So as soon as I was like, what can I learn about India? I'm like, history of India.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think India has a very rich history.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know that there was like so many different countries that made up India before British rule had taken everything over, and then there was the what, in the 60s when Mahatma Gandhi
Yeah. So
did the revolt?
the British people, like, one of their thing was because in India there were many religions,
Yep.
and like nothing against British people, I love them now, but back in the day they're like,
Nah, they got messed up teeth. Let's just say it.
okay, fair. No, they had this theory that about divide and rule. So what they did is they tried to divide people in different castes.
Okay,
Religion.
yeah, the
Like,
caste system. I'm familiar with
they
that.
tried to because they knew that if people unite together,
They're stronger.
there's too many people. They'll be so strong against
Yeah.
us, and they couldn't face that. So they were smart,
Yeah.
and they were able to divide people in race and castes, and
So they gave them the they gave them the idea that they were free and everything, but then
I mean they knew.
it kept them separate.
Yeah. They tried to keep them separate. Make them fight with each other. Like not
Right.
like they were not able to unite,
Right.
and then they did like later on. But yeah, so to keep them separated, they had a upper hand.
Yeah.
And people in India, some of them became a little greedy. So they were employed by the Britishers. Like,
Right.
they got benefits. I'm saying money,
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
prostitutes. I don't know. I don't know. They did get benefits, and they started working for the British people, and they were like punishing their own people.
Okay.
So that was something that, yeah.
Yeah, it was more incentive instead of working for the lords in the Indian not colonies, but like Indian.
Like, for not fighting for their own people, they're
Yeah.
against their own
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Because they were greedy.
Because it was
They-
more secure to get paid by the British Empire
Yeah.
than it was to get paid by a lord.
Oh yeah, no, not
Yes
not
or
a
no?
lord. I
Or-
would say.
Sorry, I guess the Indian. What would you be called? Like an
So
emperor?
life,
or-
like life under Britishers, I would say, was very, not very fun. You know, they made people do things like agriculture, work in markets
Yeah.
against their will.
Okay.
And if you're on the side of the Indian people,
Yeah.
you have to always be under someone's rule. You
Okay.
know, you don't have the freedom. You don't have the
Oh, so this is after there's the whole country is British rule.
yeah. After
Okay.
I'm talking about after.
Okay. Yeah. I got
After
you.
the British rule. But even like I don't know a lot about how British people invaded India. Like, I know
Yeah.
the East Indian Company came
Yeah.
and started it.
Right.
But like, I don't know a whole lot, but I am pretty sure people got greedy and selfish, and they helped British people expand their own like empire in India.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, people became selfish, and working under someone is not like under someone. They have limitations. They have restrictions. They're not free. And if they're working for the British rule, they're
Yeah.
getting the money. They have the freedom to go anywhere. Oh, I
Right,
work for
right.
you. I can go to this, this.
Yeah.
And then they're getting paid. They're getting a better lifestyle, but that's being selfish. Like, you're not thinking about the people.
Right. So there was a lot of. So that just created a huge divide between the poorest of the poor and the richest of the rich. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I did.
So then that would have been cause for, like revolt, which would have been after World War II, right? Not revolt, but a political shift.
The revolt, I believe, started in the 1800s.
Oh.
Yeah, 1860s or something.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but India got independence finally in 1947.
Right.
And
Okay.
very fun fact, my hometown,
Yeah. What's that?
it's called Meerut.
Okay.
Meerut.
Okay. Yeah.
My hometown was the first city where the revolt started.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where they started their first
Yeah. Is there like
protest
some
and
cool museums and stuff on it, or?
No, not
No.
museum. There's a Hindu temple right where the revolt started. Like,
Yeah.
at the same place, there's a very big Hindu temple called Argonath Temple,
Yeah.
and a lot of people go there. I used to go there, not as much. I'm not very religious, but
Yeah.
I used to pass by.
I still vibe with Hinduism. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's like because I'm Christian, the one religion that I probably am most interested in other than Christianity would probably be Hinduism, just because of the symbolism it gives with not being aggressive and stuff like that. Like Hinduism's got to be one of the only religions that doesn't attack the other religion's beliefs.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No, we believe in... We have, multiple gods.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them. Millions of them, probably. And I'm not very religious, and I didn't grow up in a very religious family. My grandma used to be very religious. Like, she used to pray every day.
Yeah.
My mom and dad are not so much, but they still are.
And your mom and dad live here?
No.
No.
My family's still in India.
Yeah.
It's just me here.
Okay.
And I don't follow things like... which have to be followed in Hinduism as much.
Right.
Like I somewhat do.
Like eating beef. Is that a Hindu thing?
Eating. Yeah, because Hindus worship cows.
The cows are sacred, yeah.
Yeah, cows are sacred, so they don't. I, on the other hand, sometimes do. But...
I couldn't give up my top sirloin.
I'm... honestly, steaks are okay, but... not like a huge fan of steaks.
Yeah.
Steaks are good for once in a while, but I won't have it like every week.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I like to have steak. I had steak today.
That's the thing. Like I feel like you have to me as a person, I have to eat food from different regions.
Yeah.
Like I can't stick to one kind of diet. Like
is that more of like wanting to explore different cuisines, or is that just...
It's just my palate.
Yeah, you just gotta switch it up every once in a while.
I have to switch it up like almost every other day.
Yeah, like eating 2 million Scoville wings at Hudson's for a wing challenge.
Oh, 2 million Scoville. Oh, that was a big switch up.
For the listener, we 2 weeks ago, me, Milan, and Zach went to do the Hudson's wing challenge, and they used the last dab hot sauce on their wings, and it was 2 million plus Scovilles. We had tummy aches.
Oh, they were bad.
They were bad.
I was curled up. Like, literally, stomach was hurting from the inside. There's nothing you can do.
We needed so much Pepto Bismol. It's not even funny.
Literally, the acid was burning. And the bad thing was, like, I realized later on, I did not eat. I just ate breakfast in the morning. I didn't eat anything before.
So you had an empty tummy.
I had an empty tummy. As soon as the hot wings went in, the acid... Ooh!
You're lucky you're not like the guy at the other table that threw up as soon as you eat one.
I mean, I'm an Indian, so I should be okay with spice.
Yeah.
But still, like next time, I was I was researching about it, and it's like good to have some greasy food before going, because grease cuts down the heat. Like,
the acid of it, right?
Although, I mean,
hey, we lived.
Next, the whole day, like shitting was hard. Burning so much.
Yeah, I didn't have to use the washroom too many times, but it felt like I did. It took a while for it to get through me. I just have a slow metabolism.
Yeah.
But, or slow digestion, I guess it would be there. So back to India.
Yeah, back to India. I mean, we were talking about different palates, so yeah.
Yeah. So, what were you gonna say?
We were talking about different types of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to switch it up and have food from different areas, but I feel like Indian cuisine as a whole is very, very diverse.
Yeah.
It is very diverse.
Because you guys have like almost completely different cultures from like the south of India to the north, right?
Yeah. Like if every province, or in India we call them states.
Yeah.
Every state has their own speciality.
Right.
Own things, own like local food that I haven't even tried.
Yeah.
I am from northern India, so North Indian food is
close to the Pakistan side or the other side.
I would say I'm close to the Pakistan side.
Okay.
Even interesting fact, my grandparents, their families were from part of Punjab that is now in Pakistan.
Oh.
So during the partition, this is an interesting story. So during partition, my grandma's family...
What's partition?
partition is when India and Pakistan separated
Okay.
in 1947.
Okay.
That was when India got independence from the
Right.
British. Like,
And
that,
am I correct if January 16th is your day of independence?
No.
Oh shit.
January. It's actually August 15th.
Okay.
August 15th is when we got our independence, and
Right.
August 16th of the same year, 1947, is when the separation happened.
Okay. Oh, so India got independence, and then the Pakistani guys were like, "Nah, we don't agree with."
They
the
were
rest
not
of them."
Pakistani; they were Indian too.
Oh yeah,
But
would
there-
it have been like a separate?
There was something between. I am not I'm not very knowledgeable
Okay,
about this,
yeah.
but it was
Hey,
between
Cam-
Mahatma Gandhi and Jinnah.
Okay,
Muhammad Ali
okay.
Jinnah. And yeah, they wanted like a separate country for the Muslims.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And my family was Hindu back then, so
they moved.
they had to move to India.
Yeah.
It was a really bad situation. It shouldn't have happened, in my opinion. Like, because Indians and Pakistanis here, we are so close to each other, but the politics is so bad that it always seems like we're fighting with each other.
Right.
It's the politics.
Yeah.
But anyways, we have very similar cultures. Our languages are very similar. Like Hindi is mine, and Urdu is like we can understand each other. Some words are different.
Okay. It would be like Quebec French versus France French.
Probably, yeah. Like dialects are same, but words, they have different words and we have different words.
Okay.
But our words are interchangeable.
Yeah.
And so yeah, my family had to leave everything they had. They had their own like house, tons of like gold and jewelry. That's what I was
They
told.
had to leave it?
They had, because it was
had to
life
up and run?
versus your belongings.
Wow. Damn. So
'Cause-
they had to like seek refuge.
Because Hindus there and Muslims here were getting into fights and revolts against each other, and people were getting killed.
Shit, dog.
So they had to like just flee the country, leave everything that they've built up to their life, and come here, get a fresh start. No house, nothing, no job, just everything. And my grandfather, like, it's a big story. I mean, I can talk in.
Hey, we're here.
Okay, my grandpa, like,
This is the kind of shit I want to hear.
Okay, this is authentic, because he used to tell me, and I'm like, wow, I'm so privileged.
Yeah? Okay, what is this?
His family struggled to even eat twice a day.
Okay. And this was during the moving or before?
No, after moving. Actually,
Okay.
my grandpa and grandma both were born right after. Like, my great grandma was pregnant when they moved.
Oh,
so my
okay,
grandpa he was born in India, where I live, the same hometown.
Okay.
And he grew up there. And like when he was young, his father passed away. So he was his mom.
Okay.
And he has he has 4 more siblings, so 5 people. And he used to tell me that even having 2 meals in a day for the whole family was really hard. They had to struggle every day to earn money to buy food for the same day.
Damn.
It was that hard for them.
Yeah.
Coming from a very rich family.
Yeah.
And
huh.
so when he was young, used to study under the street lights because there was no electricity in their house.
Yeah.
And India, like, electricity was not really good back then. And he then worked at a bike shop, like fixing bikes and things.
Yeah.
For a while. Then he worked as an assistant, as a clerk at a doctor's place.
Okay.
Then he started learning things, and in India, like, back in the day, degrees were not so important, so he became like an assistant and like helping out with patients and things. And eventually he used to go to school, go work, come back, help the family.
And what was he studying?
He was like just school, like
just like
like
primary
middle school, high school, primary school. And like his days were like 7 days of a week he would do that, and he would also go and his older brother was working in a factory, and he would go every day and give him lunch, just biking everywhere. Like, yeah, he did a degree, and he became a doctor eventually.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, and they were in a house which they couldn't even afford the rent, and he bought that house for everyone.
Wow, yeah.
He's the middle brother.
Yeah.
His older brother and younger brother, he supported their families too.
Wow.
My grandpa. He bought a house that my family still lives in.
Yeah.
And I have a joint family, so we have 2 floors. Upstairs is my family, my parents and my brother. And downstairs, my uncle's family. Like, they're 2 brothers.
Yeah.
And my grandpa also lives downstairs.
Oh.
So we have a joint family. We all live together, and we have our meals together. Like, lunch, we would go downstairs. Everyone will eat downstairs. And dinner, everyone will go upstairs and have food together.
Oh.
So
that's neat.
Yeah, no, everyone's really close, and I think I really enjoyed. I mean,
you guys are considered pretty wealthy there right now? No.
We are considered middle class, like upper.
Okay,
I'll say upper middle class,
yeah.
because my dad's an optometrist and my mom's a
yeah.
teacher, and that's why they're able to afford my freaking tuition, because it's
right.
It is crazy.
Yeah, you gotta pay like an extra 10 or 20 grand a year, right?
I'm paying 35 grand a year.
A normal student pays 8 grand. Right?
8 to 10 ish, I think. But yeah, it is crazy how much money I have to pay. And the other thing to consider, 1 Canadian dollar is about 62 Indian rupees.
Oh wow! I didn't realize the conversion was that much.
62. So whatever they're earning there, they have to work even harder. That I can just spend on a burger here. Like,
yeah. So what you're saying is I should vacation in India.
You should go there. Also,
I'd love to.
Okay,
Are there resorts and stuff there?
More fun topics, of course there are.
Yeah?
Joshua.
Hey, you know me.
In India, I know you would love to go to some casinos.
You guys got casinos?
Oh yeah.
Oh baby.
On the yachts. I mean,
yachts.
There's everything in India.
All right, this is what I want to hear.
It's very diverse, right? If you have money, you can afford anything. You can afford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably don't have enough money, but
for India, yeah, like, so India is very diverse. The thing is, if you go to the north, there's mountains. If you go a little bit lower, it's plains.
Tibet, right?
Tibet is not in India, actually.
Yes, it is. Isn't it? No, it's not. Those fucking Chinese took it over.
They did.
Oh.
Actually, I have, this is a controversial topic, but I have Chinese roommates, and if I ask them, is Tibet part of China? If I tell them that...
Wasn't it supposed to be part of India, though?
No. The monks
Or it was part of Nepal?
No, Nepal was also India.
Was India, but now it's Chinese?
No, Nepal is its own country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways...
Then it was Tibet, then.
A lot of Tibetan people moved to India.
Okay.
Northern parts of India. And I visited there a few years ago.
Yeah.
They have their own, like, Tibetan temples. And... They're beautiful. Their culture is very. I like.
Oh yeah, it looks like it.
And
for the listener, I wasn't being racist against Chinese people. I was speaking against the Chinese government because I'm not a big fan of them. And if Chinese government's listening, I didn't mean anything by that comment. Please don't put me in prison.
Taiwan.
Oh.
Another controversial topic.
Yeah, I know.
And Taiwanese people would never agree that they're a part of China, and Chinese people always say
Hong Kong too.
That Taiwan is a part of China.
Yeah.
So we should.
I just don't like the government there in China. It makes me not very happy. But
I do not.
Which is why I'm really getting into India right now, because India just overtook China for the world's biggest population.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Well, if you believe the current Chinese population statistics, which I don't, because they've been fudging numbers forever.
They have.
And if you look at the actual statistics of the trends of population growth over the past few decades in China, they should not have 1.5 or 1.2 billion or whatever they say they have. It should be way lower than that.
I heard
by like a factor of 300 or 400 billion.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, they've been lying, man.
They're telling, like, it's higher?
Fibs. Huge fibs.
They're saying it's higher than it.
They're saying
it
it's
is?
way higher.
Oh.
Yeah, by like 2 billion at the least.
No. We're going into like the world population is like 8 billion. So.
Yeah, but India. I'm glad that India is starting to become. The government starting to poise themselves to be an economic superpower, which is great.
It's great, but I don't like the population part as much. Like,
Yeah,
as
is
the
it getting
population
overpopulated there?
It's gonna drain our resources so fast. So, the government is trying to get people to, have less kids.
Yeah. Well, and you can't do something like the one-child policy like in China because they had people aborting female babies or fetuses
China,
because they had the
disaster.
one-child policy. So
now they're rewarding people to have multiple child.
yeah, because their population, because of that one-child policy, their population went stagnant, and now it's on the decline because they have such an aging population. They can't aid their military. All of their war threats are bullshit because all of their military is becoming old. The machines that they have. Okay, we're here to talk about India, not China.
No. But
I'm just saying, I'd be glad if India becomes a new superpower because, like, they always kind of have been on the big player in the world stage. But if they can become a superpower like the U.S., China, and Russia, that'll be fun.
I think India has the second or third strongest army.
Yeah,
in the world.
Makes sense.
But then, like, we have the bottom, like 3 out of 4 borders of India, like from the sides, are ocean. So we have that power to control that, like not land, like the
Indian Ocean and the
Indian Ocean is at the bottom, and the Bay of Bengal is on this side, on the east side.
Okay, towards Indonesia.
Yeah, and the west side is. Can't think right now.
It's not the Caspian, is it?
No. Some sea.
Whatever.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of water.
Anyways, yeah.
What do we need to get wet?
So yeah, we were talking about vacation in India.
Okay.
And I was telling the north, the Himalayas, mountains.
Right.
Very nice, beautiful places.
Do you guys do skiing?
Not really.
No.
Like there's not like if you go very north, then there's snow, but.
Oh, there's just no snow.
Not as much snow.
Okay.
That's the thing. And
Checks
where
out.
I live is plains. Basically, it's a plain land.
Okay.
If you go to the west...
Is it like similar to Saskatchewan, Alberta, or...
Oh, not as much plains, but I mean, it's overly populated, so there's no like open land like Saskatchewan.
Oh, it's just all buildings.
Most of... there's like in Punjab, there's like a lot of farms. And in like my city... To like, if you go to the outskirts, there's farming, of course, because to feed that much population, you need. But not like as open lands as in Saskatchewan. When you drive on the highways and all you can see is
thousands of acres.
You can never see.
No, okay.
Because there's so much population, you need to accommodate them somehow.
Okay.
And the
I just assumed you guys had lots of land from the size of the country.
The size, I think, 7th largest country. India is.
But is a lot of it just not farmable?
A lot of it is non-farmable and is converted to like now establishments to accommodate people because you gotta accommodate people somehow.
Yeah.
And if the population is so much and they gotta commute to work and you gotta, and now I think they have these like in Canada. If you buy a house here, a lot here, you have to have some certain percentage of backyard or front yard. You know.
Yep.
In India, there's no such rule. Buy a lot, make as
don't. Okay, so you could just build a house as big as this room.
Yeah,
and build it up a little.
Yeah, you can build it up as much as you want. And now, in cities like New Delhi, which is the capital, there's so much population and less land. That's what they've been doing, just building houses up and up. Mm-hmm. Like a lot.
Because I heard India had the lowest for major cities like Mumbai. India had the lowest percentage of person to square footage ratio or something, because all major cities have they have bylaws on how many people you can fit into 1 square mile or something like that. If you build a high rise, apartment or anything like that?
I believe.
So
but
they said that Mumbai had it was 2.3. I don't know what the metric was, but it was 2.3, whereas places like Tokyo or Toronto or New York are more like 9.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I know that Delhi is one of the most population dense places in the world.
Yeah.
Because in such a small amount of land, there's so much population because of the buildings that accommodate 50, 100 floors.
Yeah.
And every floor has maybe apartments, a lot of apartments. So
where would be the best place to
vacation? Anywhere. So, okay, I was telling you, in the west you go to a state called Rajasthan.
Okay.
And there's Jaipur, Udaipur, places like that, very beautiful. They have palaces there, which were built back in the day. Very beautiful, huge palaces. And that area, Rajasthan, a part of it is desert. So you can have a feel of the desert. If you go north, it's more mountains. If you go east, it's mountains and plains, but their culture is more there's a lot of tribal people that live there. So that culture is totally different from ours.
Yeah.
That's very east. And mountains too. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then if you go very south to the coastline, it's tropical.
See, and that's more my vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your vibe would fit with Goa, GOA. Okay. That's a state where most of the visitors, most of the people who are traveling there go.
Okay.
It's beaches, cheap alcohol.
Oh,
yes,
we're
sir.
In business now.
Parties every night.
Oh yeah.
Casinos.
Yeah.
That's where you would love to go.
What's it pronounced?
Goa.
Hell yeah.
We'll go. We should. We'll go together. Yeah. But Mumbai is it's like Hollywood, like the Indian, Bollywood.
Bollywood, yeah.
Bollywood is all in Mumbai. All the sets and everything is there.
Right,
and then Mumbai is very established, I would say more westernized than other states in India.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and in every state has their own food, own culture, and some different things, different landscapes. Desert, we have tropical, we have very hot places, we have beaches.
Yeah.
So go to different parts of India. I can make you a list, but I haven't even traveled India as much as I would love to.
Yeah.
Myself, because it's so diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be if you try to ask me about all of Canada. I've never been to the Maritimes.
Yeah.
And even till just before the pandemic, I hadn't been out of the prairies, so I wouldn't be able to tell you anything.
Oh yeah.
But every country has different stuff going on.
True.
We have desert in Saskatchewan, eh?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That is.
So Goa, that'd be the best partying vacation destination.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still interested in the history and politics stuff. So was it 70s or 80s that the woman president got assassinated?
I think 80s.
80s?
Indira Gandhi.
Yes.
That's her name.
Because I was reading something about that, and it just interests me a little bit. Do you guys learn a lot about that stuff in school?
We actually do not. It's up to us if we want to learn a lot. But was it Indira Gandhi that got assassinated, or was it Rajiv Gandhi?
No, it was Indira, and then Rajiv took over after. If I'm right on the video that I just watched earlier. Because she was Mahatma's daughter, I think.
No.
No, he was way earlier.
No, I think Mahatma Gandhi or one of the she wasn't a biological daughter or anything, but he adopted her or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
like again, I could be wrong here because
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh, who cares?
a big history person, but
we're a comedy societal culture commentary podcast. We
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
to have everything right.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, Indira Gandhi, I know one of the big things during her like when she was the prime minister, she called emergency in the whole country.
Yeah.
That was one of the big things, like highlights of her.
Yeah.
Thing.
Did that cause like a big reaction that would have ended up someone assassinating her then? Is that what happened? Do you know?
Trying to see.
Because then
Because
your parents talk much about like what India was like in the 80s, 90s?
They do not.
No.
Yeah, she was assassinated.
Yeah.
Right?
She's like the JFK of India.
She was killed by her bodyguards. That makes it even more interesting, hey?
Yeah. Which just makes you wonder who paid for it. Was it the Chinese? Was it the Pakistan? Oof.
Yeah, you never know.
Never
I
know.
mean, we hear about... Okay, there's always things going on between India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be, but... And I can talk a lot about Pakistan. I love their food. I love their culture.
Yeah, I was just at a
So many-
Pakistani place last week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they had the
Rogan Josh.
Rogan Josh on
I
the
remember.
menu.
It's
Is
really
it good? What is
It's
it?
re-
I didn't
it's-
order it.
It's just lamb. It's a type of lamb in a sauce that they cook. It's like
Yeah.
thick sauce.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty.
They
you
had
should-
really good lamb. I was very impressed.
I can sometimes like this. Yeah, I love Pakistani food a lot. Like, maybe sometimes even more than Indian food. But
Yeah.
they're very similar. Like if you go to an Indian place and a Pakistani place, the things on the menu are very similar
Yeah.
because again they are from the same place. Same.
Yeah. I like
Nepal was India.
What's that?
Nepal was India.
Nepal.
Nepal
Okay.
was a part of India. Bhutan is a country that was part of India.
Where was that?
It's under Nepal, I guess,
Oh, okay.
on the west side.
Okay.
Bangladesh was India.
Is it not?
Not anymore. No,
Oh.
it's a Bangladesh is its own country.
It's a city state or what?
It's a country.
Country.
Yeah, Bangladesh is a country. Myanmar, that was India.
That was part of India?
Yeah.
Huh.
Sri Lanka,
I know that one.
and even more, I think.
MIA, the singer, is from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka's economy and government.
It's getting pretty awful, isn't it?
Yeah. But-
Yikes. Zoink, Scoob.
But anyways, talking about Pakistan, their economy is going down
Oh.
right now because of the
And
government.
India's is growing.
Because they worry too much about their army,
Ah.
like because they have these fights with different countries and they have to keep their army intact, but then
Yeah.
they're not using as much of their money, the government's money and people's taxes, on the things people need.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, on growth of the
Yeah,
country
yeah.
as a whole. Like I can't talk a lot about it, but
So they're falling behind because they're prioritizing their military too much when they can't afford it?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be like the United States not having any money coming in, but then keeping up the military that they have right now.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, probably the world's biggest military.
But yeah, they do.
But they also make a fuck ton of money.
Like, I think Canada's always like they have
We're
that
lucky.
resource.
We're lucky in Canada because we get protected by the United States' military.
Oh yeah. But
Just by association.
But then Canada
So then we
doesn't
don't have
get
to
into
spend as
any,
much on our
Yeah.
military.
Canada doesn't really involve in like things though, as much politically, where the military is involved.
But like, for example, the Afghanistan
Well-
war, we had to follow the U.S. just because.
Following the U.S. That's the major thing. Like our military is basically Canada's military.
Yeah.
Basically,
We're basically an extension of the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Which I would prefer over the Brit. Well, maybe not now, but back in We've always kind of been just controlled by whoever's our big brother at the time.
Yeah.
Because Britain was our daddy. And then now the U.S. is basically. So,
Yeah.
well, whatever.
I mean, kind of, isn't it both? Because Queen was ruling.
No, we really don't have that many ties to Britain. Like, you could say culturally.
Yeah.
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 But-
U.S. I know U.S. is more closer, like
Yeah.
in relationship
Yeah.
than
A lot of people, I'm sure you've heard people in Canada be like, "Oh, those Americans."
Oh yeah.
Like say bad things about Americans or think that we're so much smarter than them or whatever.
Practically.
We're basically American. Like let's not be stupid here.
Yeah. And I remember people telling me, "Oh, wherever I go, I wear a hat which says Canada, so people don't."
Yeah,
think
people
I'm
used to tell
American."
me that when I travel to other countries that I should wear something with a Canadian flag on it so that they treat me better. That's not true.
I mean,
it's not true.
They will treat you the same.
Yeah.
If I'm an Indian person, like I'm in India,
Yeah.
and I see a person wearing America or Canada, I won't know
It's like,
the
hey,
difference.
visitor, what's up?
I won't know the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think, well, and anytime I've visited this, well, I've visited the States once in Las Vegas.
You have, yeah.
Everyone was so nice.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't almost tell the difference between hanging out in Canada and hanging out there.
I have a follow-up question.
What's up?
For Las Vegas,
Yeah.
isn't it like more people that don't live there, but people that go there to visit?
Yes.
Like, mostly the people
I
there
actually
are
met so
not-
many people with, like, southern United States accents.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Texans go there.
Oh, I love Texas accents.
They were so nice.
Their accent
They were all
is so cool,
actually the first
man.
guy that me and Samuel met because we couldn't figure out how to get. It's not that we couldn't figure it out. We just weren't sure like which bus to take downtown because we didn't want to grab an Uber. It was going to be like $70.
Yeah.
The first guy that we saw at the bus stop, we were like, "This is the bus that'll take us down to like near Fremont Street, right?" Which is where we were staying. And he goes, "Oh yeah, you're gonna want to take the one that I'm going on. You come with us, or come with me, and I'll tell you everything that you need to know."
Nice.
It was great.
Nice.
He's like, "I come here a lot." He was from Texas, and we ended up, he super nice guy, and I don't know, and everybody that I met, they had southern accents, and they were just super nice to us.
You're really good with the southern accent.
I'm pretty good at accents in general.
Accents in general. I am not. Like, I've tried, but I'm not. Like,
Give the southern accent a go, Milan. I want to hear it. The people want to hear it, man. Come on, man.
I don't think I can.
Do it.
I haven't
Do
heard,
it.
I haven't heard it as much that I can remember. Like, you need to know a lot about... Like, even speaking English, when I moved to Canada,
Yeah.
was not easy for me.
Yeah.
Because I've never... Like, in India... I studied in an English medium school. There's English medium schools and Hindi medium. Or like wherever your regional language is. Punjabi if you're living in Punjab. So Hindi medium schools will teach every subject in Hindi. Like, and then they have an English as a subject. Like a different course, right?
So it'd be like me growing up,
in a French.
I learn English, but we have French classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, on the other hand, went to an English medium school where every subject is taught in English. Like science will be...
Wow.
You know, that's what I mean.
That would be like French immersion here. Because
Yeah.
I didn't do French immersion. But
No.
there's like classes
Hindi medium
taught in
is basically all the subjects are taught in Hindi. And English
Okay.
medium is all the subjects are taught in English.
Oh!
But we had a Hindi class.
So you started out with Hindi and then moved to English in your medium school?
No.
Okay.
From the beginning, I was in an English medium school.
Oh.
So we wrote everything in English. We were taught everything in English. But the only thing we didn't do is speak English as much.
So like when you're socializing and stuff, it would be in Hindi?
It would be in Hindi.
Okay.
Like even talking to the teachers, a lot of times it would be in Hindi. Sometimes English.
Yeah.
But we never had like proper conversations in
Right,
English.
yeah,
Especially in my hometown, which is a smaller city. If you go to bigger cities, yes, they talk in English.
Right.
But India is maybe like second or third largest population speaking English because everyone's taught English somehow
You want another
in
beer?
school. I'm having
You
this.
got your
but I
okay.
might later.
All good.
Yeah. But yeah, I knew English. I learned. I could write, read, everything.
Yeah.
But speaking, like having a conversation, was not as easy.
Right.
So I came here. I lived with my family for a week.
Okay.
Who lived
And how
just
old
outside
you at that
Saskatoon.
point?
I was 19,
Okay.
and I'm
So this is
22 now.
3 years ago.
Almost 3 years. Yeah.
Almost 3 years ago.
So that time my English wasn't good, and I had a thick Indian accent, which you probably have heard. And
Yeah.
now if I try to imitate it, like try to get my Indian accent, like the way I used to speak back in the day,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Because, like, can't, a word can't, is, we would say can't.
Gone.
Because India was ruled by the British, so
Yeah.
our English is British English. What
Right. Okay.
what we're taught is British English.
That
not
makes sense.
The US. Our pronunciations are
Oh,
more.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Right? So I had to learn a lot of the accent here. Like, Canadian and
Yeah.
American is very similar.
Yeah.
Like, not the.
We're gonna have you say in a boat and go for a rip, bud. By the time you're gone.
I'm. Yeah. I haven't gotten to that level that when I say bud and like a boot.
Hey, bud.
But I have. I say that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
and after sentences.
Well, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
you're having a good day.
A.
Not.
What do you think about that, eh?
sentence, But yeah, I've started using that, so I'm getting it.
This
And,
beer pong's pretty cool, or this beer pong table's pretty cool, eh?
I love this. I love this table though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now it's
you're
a podcast studio, not just a beer pong table.
on the couch there.
Yeah.
That has a history. Right.
Yeah. So. Oh shit.
Talking like I learned English. It was hard for me to speak English, but as I worked. My first job was, at Hudson's Bay, as a retail.
Not a call center.
Good one. I never want to.
I'm just ribbing.
I never wanted to work at a call center.
No, I'm just joking.
No. Anyways, I wanted to work in retail, and I got a job at Hudson's Bay.
Yeah.
And I had.
Right in the mall.
Yeah, in the
Oh, sick.
Midtown. So
Yeah.
I had to communicate with so many people.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And that's when I started hearing how people pronounce words. Actually, for the first year, and I came at a very bad time. I came in like start of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when COVID happened. 2 months.
Right.
I came here at
Right.
I started studying at UFR for
Yeah.
the first year.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Went to university maybe like 2 months.
Yep.
And COVID happened. I don't know people. I have
Yeah.
very like maybe 3 friends. And I'm away from my family. I'm homesick, of course, because I've lived with my family for my like entire life, basically before moving.
So you had like nothing.
I'm like, wow.
I mean, at least in Saskatchewan, we didn't shut down completely right off.
Oh
the
yeah.
bat. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in a new country. I don't know people. English.
Did they ever tell you that you had to go back?
They never did.
No.
They can't. Like
I mean, because of COVID. Because I had a friend who was from France.
Yeah.
And she said that they wanted to send her back way earlier. Because she was like, well, I'm graduating this year and then I'll be moving back in like a few months.
Oh.
And she was like, oh, well, I don't really want to go back yet. I was going to hang out here for the summer.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, you have to go. Like the French embassy was like, no,
Really?
you got to go back.
And in
But I guess you had a more longer term plan of staying here.
Yeah. I came here for my like undergraduate degree.
So you potentially had 4 years of
further
staying here. So
they didn't do that.
yeah.
And the way I survived those years, like at least the first year, was by playing video games
Okay.
and making friends online. I had a group, and most of them were from the US. I just met them randomly playing Among Us. Yeah, honestly, Among Us. And then we would every day we would, hey, what are we playing today? And we would all go online and like play something. Minecraft.
Dude, I suck at that game. Among Us.
Oh yeah.
Because
You
I'm not
suck
good
at
at
lying?
lying, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not good at lying.
I am actually not that bad at lying. So, yeah, that's how that whole
That's
year.
good. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. People from the United States, not bad.
Oh, they're good. I mean, like they're busy in their lives and I'm busy in my life,
Yeah.
but we catch up once in a while. Like,
That's great. Yeah.
but that made me go through the whole
So were you
COVID
living
period.
in Stoon and doing U of R classes, or were you living in Regina?
I was living in Regina.
Right.
For the first semester, I lived in like the dorm,
Yeah.
in the dorm, and then the dorm started becoming empty because COVID happened and people started moving back with their families.
Yeah.
Only people who were there were the people who didn't have families in Canada.
Yeah.
In Canada, like even if you're from a different province, you will go to your family.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame we weren't friends then, because I know like a ton about Regina. Like I was born there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where?
The Regina General Hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And then
I
we lived in Pilot Butte, which is just outside of Regina. My grandpa actually built the rodeo grounds there. And then it's a little yeehaw action there. And then we
Nice.
moved to Moose Jaw, which is where I was raised for most of my life. Yeah. Moose Jaw's a nice town. You been there?
I have been there
Yeah.
to the tunnels and
Yeah.
you know there's a wing place there.
Deja Vu.
Deja Vu.
Yeah.
I love that
Dude,
place.
they have the best dill chicken strips.
They have so many flavors
Yeah.
of wings. It's so hard to choose.
It's
but
great.
I
I
have
love that
been there
place.
once, and we went to that wings place, and we were like 10 people. Everyone ordered different flavors, and we
Yeah.
all tried like each. Yeah, it was.
We used to
amazing.
do birthday parties there in my
definitely.
childhood.
I would do that. I mean, Moosda was a very small town. Like, there's a
But it's nice though, because it has all the conveniences
yeah,
of like a city.
yeah.
But it's a small town, so like it's nothing super busy ever. You can just do everything. It's
Do
great.
you get the feeling that you know most of the people living there? Like,
Because
I've heard in small towns, like,
in my dad's town, I know everybody that lives there. There's only 250 people there.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Moose Jaw, there's definitely people, like, if I meet out at the bar, they're like, oh, do you know so-and-so? And I won't.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's half and half.
Like, I would say I'm from a small town.
Yeah.
In India.
And how many
But the
population are there?
population is, like, more than, like, basically similar to Saskatchewan or even more.
Yeah.
So that's a,
million
small
people.
town. So a million people. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm from a small town, but then, I don't know. So there's so many people. Like,
Yeah.
you'll go to places and you might meet people because everywhere there's people. And
So your name's spelled Milan.
Milan.
But people were calling you Milan for a while when I first met you.
Oh yeah, they always do. Cause
So then I assumed it was Milan. So for the longest time, I was like, okay, why is everyone calling him Milan now? Turns out that's how you pronounce your name.
Milan is a Hindi word.
Okay.
It's a
does
Hindi
it mean?
word of two things meeting,
Okay.
two good things meeting together.
So like your mom and dad?
We'll say that.
Yeah.
So my dad is a person who in India. This is a ritual that people follow. I don't know if my parents followed this,
Yeah.
but when someone is born, they look at their like astrology, is it?
Yeah.
Or astrology?
Yeah,
or
astrology, yeah.
Astrology or astrology? Yeah.
Yeah.
They look at when you were born and the date and the sky,
Stars
and all
aligning,
that,
the
and
moon.
they give you 2 or 3 letters that you can name your kid with. They tell you either it starts with an M, P, or J. Like
Okay.
the priest.
Hey, you could have been Josh.
I could be like no, I don't remember mine.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
I'm the priests of the temples, like
Yeah.
the pundits.
And they were like, you can name him this one's.
yeah, that's
Or
what,
else what?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Actually.
okay.
But they say like for your child's better life or something like.
Okay, yeah,
They
yeah,
should
yeah.
be named these.
You know what? I wouldn't fuck with that.
So
No, I mean like I wouldn't like mess. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose another name. Hey, I
yeah,
want my child
you
to
would
have-
go with that.
I'm not
because
gonna. I'm not
if you
gonna
fuck
screw
up your,
around with.
Yeah, child's life.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's what I don't know if my parents did that, but mostly parents do that in Hindu culture.
It makes sense.
So my dad is a like he named a lot of people in our family, like
Yeah.
a lot of kids in our, like my uncle's kids.
Yeah.
My dad named them.
Okay. Oh wow.
My dad is like very creative with names.
He's the
and
name maker.
He is the name maker. He named a lot of people. So
Yeah.
my name is Milan, but I don't know why they named me that. But I like
But
it.
it is spelled like the city Milan.
It is smell.
So that's I
yeah.
guess that's why it would be tricky for us whiteys over here.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't know Hindi, right?
No, yeah.
In Hindi, it's a word, and it's not spoken too often, but it's a part of a lot of songs, like
Okay.
romantic
So it's
songs.
a little more poetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like a lot of romantic songs, they would say Milan, which is in Hindi, Bollywood, like old times. And that's a word that my name is. But yeah, people won't know. So I used to correct them at first, but now I'm like, call me Milan, call me Milan.
Yeah, but you remember that one time I was like, if your name's Milan, tell people to call you Milan.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot in the name. And
My uncle told me that too. Like he said, on your like
there's a lot of things that I will stand firmly behind and say this is 100% right.
Yeah.
But it's your name is your identity.
that is true.
You gotta treat it with respect.
That is true, and I feel like I still feel like my last name is not easy to pronounce for people.
I don't say it a lot, so
It's I like because how it's spelled is not how it's pronounced. Similar to
okay,
my
give
name.
us a little lesson here.
Okay, CHAWLA. Now, if you write that in Hindi characters, you'll know exactly how to spell it.
Okay.
But if you convert it to English, the
You'd say
CHAWLA.
Chawla.
Yeah, you'll say Chawla. But the W is pronounced as a V. Because the character in Hindi is V. So
Okay.
Chawla.
Chawla.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You got it. Yeah, you're
See,
good.
I'm getting taught stuff today.
So
Right on, my friend.
Chawla. So I was like, it's harder for people to pronounce my name.
Yeah.
At one point I was like,
See, and that's where, I mean, I'm sure you're like, oh, I don't want to impose by telling people how to pronounce, like, being stern on how to pronounce it.
True.
But a name is something, like, you gotta, like, if someone,
keep the
if I
integrity,
don't like
right?
being called, well, some people will just call me Joshy. They'll be like, Joshy, which I kind of like. It's kind of fun. But
Yeah.
But if I had a problem with that, I would be like, no, say Josh or Joshua.
yeah. If you had a problem, like
I don't have a problem with it, and I understand. I guess you don't have a problem with that, but like,
I don't have a problem with people calling me Milan.
yeah,
So
yeah, I guess. But it comes from a place of ignorance rather than a place of like,
it doesn't
endearment.
It doesn't
You know?
come from a place of ignorance. Actually,
not like intentional ignorance.
yeah, and not intentional, I guess. Yeah,
But
that's not.
I don't
They're
know.
not culturally.
I felt like if your name is actually Milan,
Yeah.
I would prefer to know that and be able to call you that.
Yeah.
Versus me saying Milan all the time and you just being like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah. If people are closer to me,
Yeah.
like if I know them more than just like, there's a lot of acquaintances in your life. You're
Right.
like, hey, how are you doing? And they're like, hey, I'm doing good. And they'll ask you
And that's
back.
the only conversation you ever
Yeah,
have.
there are so many people.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
especially when you're going to
insignificant,
school. Like in nursing, I have so many people who just, hey, hello. That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know their lives. They don't know mine.
Yeah.
So I'll be okay with them calling me anything. But people like you or Zach or like people who are closer to me, Hark, maybe.
Yeah.
Franco. Yeah. Of course, I would want you guys to know my real name.
Yeah, yeah.
And how it's pronounced. So that's how it is.
Yeah, I guess that's a reciprocity of respect that we all want.
I do agree
with
that.
friendships and relationships like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But coming back to India, there's so many languages spoken in India. I can't even Hindi is
is the biggest one, right?
is one of the most common one, but it's not the national language.
Huh.
I used to think it is, but there's no national language in India.
Oh.
In every state, if you go to Punjab, they say speak Punjabi.
Okay.
Hindi is like all over India. Like most of the people understand it because of Bollywood. Even in southern India,
Yeah.
their food is completely different.
Okay.
Their culture is different.
Yeah.
And their languages are completely different that I would never be able to understand until I learned them, of course.
Right.
A lot of them don't understand Hindi, even.
Oh wow. I thought it would be close enough that everybody would be able to. Oh,
No,
okay.
not very different. Like I can't even like.
It'd be like
there's not even
Spanish and French.
Yeah, it's
Both come from Latin, but they're pretty different.
exactly. They're so different.
Some similarities.
Not even sound.
Oh, wow.
Like, not even words. Like southern India has very very different
Yeah.
language, which I can never understand. They sometimes understand because they're watching Bollywood movies, and Bollywood movies, a lot of people in different countries watch. Pakistan,
Yeah.
Dubai, a lot of people understand Hindi. Like I have a
I'd love to go to Dubai.
Dubai is so fun.
This place looks insane.
I have a roommate who was she's Iranian, from Iran. Also, people here call Iran, but it's Iran.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a offender on that. Oops.
Yeah.
I say Iran.
I don't know. Anyway,
Sorry, you know. Oh, that wasn't.
Iran, Iraq. That's how it's pronounced. And
I
she
mean,
was born.
being from over here on the Western Hemisphere, we say Iran.
You can't.
We can't say it like that.
You can't say Iran. It's not that hard. People just want to say it Iran.
Yeah.
Iran where? Anyways. I know. We're a little yeah. I should get a new one. But yeah, she was born and raised in Dubai. And in Dubai,
Oh, wow.
there's a lot of sheikhs living there. Those are
What's
the
that?
local people. Sheikhs, the one who were
Sikhs.
sheikh, like the.
But is it. No? This is
the
different?
Arabic people, like the one who wear white?
Okay.
Have you seen those?
I think so.
I'll show you.
They're called sheikhs?
sheikh,
And that's not the same as Sikh.
no. Sikhs
Okay.
are part of India.
Okay. See, this is all new to me.
Sikhs are mostly living. Sheikhs are people like these.
Okay, yeah, I've seen
The rich people,
yes,
man.
yeah. So that's
Right.
not a religion. That's just.
That's mostly Middle Eastern countries they live in.
But is it a religion?
They're Muslims.
Okay, so the rich people.
They are
The sheikhs are.
mostly.
Why are they called sheikhs?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Like they speak Arabic, I know,
Okay.
and they live in Middle Eastern countries.
Oil money, oil.
They have the oil money.
They're the Albertans of the Middle East.
They
Or
have
the
the
Texans,
oil
I
money.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Dubai, mostly local people are these, but Dubai has a lot of immigrants from different countries,
Yeah.
especially southern Asian countries,
Okay.
like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka,
Okay.
Bangladesh.
All the rich people go there.
Not the rich.
No?
To be exact, the people who go there are actually not poor people. They go there because Dubai needs people to do blue collar jobs.
Oh, yeah, I guess if all the rich people there, who's going to serve the food or clean the toilets or...
I mean, not saying blue collar jobs are great,
No, they are, yeah.
but that's
And I mean, you would make more being in a country like that,
that's
right?
what immigrant people go there to do. And they can earn more money than they could in India. And they would, sure, thank you. They would send back money to their families that they'll earn.
Right.
Even in Canada.
So it's just like Canada and US.
Yeah, like Canada people come. Like I, personally, I'm privileged enough that my parents are able to afford my tuition and stuff. But a lot of students come here, work full time.
Yeah.
Some people work illegally because you're only supposed to
Allowed
work
to work, yeah.
20 hours a week. People work illegally on cash jobs
Yeah.
and earn more money that they could like.
Yeah, because you don't get taxed on that.
Yeah, you
cetera.
don't get
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't get taxed, and then you can work more than 20
Which,
hours.
I mean, I'm kind of for because I don't like taxes
Ah.
or the government, so...
But they have to afford their tuition.
Wait,
They
yeah,
have
that
to send
sucks.
money back to their families
Yeah, it's...
because their
that's tough.
families there are not well enough.
Right.
So they're supporting their families, and I support it. Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing-
Hey,
they're working for it. It's not like they're not working
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
winning it for free. They're
Yeah.
working for it, and I personally, my family is like, do your studies, focus on your studies first, and if you want to work, you can work, and whatever you earn, save it for yourself. They said never. They never asked for any money, and they would never. They say whatever you're earning, save it for your future. You have to buy a car. You have to buy a
so
house.
like being a nurse here, are you how much would you make compared to what your dad as an optometrist makes in India?
I mean, my dad.
Because nurses here make about 70, 80K a year, right? Canadian?
80K, yeah, 70,
Yeah, 80,
80K,
80K.
and they can.
And then
earn
with
more
overtime,
if
you
they
can do
want.
like 9. You can like almost make
You can
6
go.
figures if you work it the right way. But
Let's say 75K. Hey,
yeah, at the low end, modest
yeah,
range.
modest range,
Yeah.
and convert it to Indian. So that is 46,000. Thousand. I don't know how to, like, 4 million rupees.
4.6 million.
Yeah,
rupees?
4.6 million rupees.
Okay. And is that like comparable to what an optometrist makes in India?
I actually
Or is it a lot
don't
less?
know. I don't know.
Oh.
Like, I think my dad has been lucky that his, like, personality is really good, and he's able to. We have abundance of customers ever.
Okay, so
We
he's
are
a
never-
charismatic guy. He can bring in customers. He does a good job.
We are never short on, like, customers.
That's
We're
good.
always
Yeah,
like
yeah.
overworked.
Yeah,
That's what we are, and that's a good thing in business.
yeah, yeah.
And some
Does he have a private practice then, or
he does have
Yeah.
a private practice, and then
is there nationalized healthcare in
And-
India?
huh?
Is there nationalized healthcare in India?
there's
No.
not.
Okay.
There's insurance. People sell insurance, but
Yeah.
then we sell glasses too, and that's most of our business.
Oh, you sell them.
He's like an optician too.
Yeah. That's
We-
neat. That's
our
neat.
main business is selling glasses, contact lenses, and all that.
Yeah.
And my dad is so charismatic and nice. Like, I guess a lot of customers, if my dad isn't there,
Yeah.
they would say, "Oh, we'll come back when he's here."
Oh, yeah.
Because also they're able to get discounts from him because he's like very nice, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, I'll you know." So people,
But it works in the long run because then you keep lifelong customers.
yeah,
etc.
it works in the
Yeah,
long run,
yeah.
yeah. And then they're very reliant on my dad's opinions on things. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
if I should get these glasses or these type of glasses,
Yep.
my dad has like 7 or 8 people working under him,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't be convinced enough as much as they would be with my
Right.
dad. And my dad always says that I look for the best of the customers. Like, even if I can earn a better profit on some kind of glasses, but this is enough for
Yeah.
a person,
Yeah.
he would tell them that this is enough for you. You can go above your range and get these. Because some people would always go and sell them the things that they're getting more profit on, right?
Right.
My dad looks for something that's best for the people,
Yeah.
and that's why they come back, because they're trusting.
Absolutely.
And I really respect him for that. And
Yeah. That's a good way to do business, which is what we used to be in the United States of America until I don't know what the hell happened. But now everything's just run by corporate, so it doesn't matter. Like, you don't get that personability.
no,
We need more small business here.
yeah,
Because this, from the 50s on, Canada and the United States used to have small business. It was all small business. People would
Yeah.
own shops. They would create relations with people in their community.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how our economy was run. And then all of the corporate,
people came in.
well, they were created. They decided this is an easier way to make money if we monopolize certain areas, make products so cheap that people have to come buy our products.
Yeah,
Which I guess works, but like, come on, man. Now we got robotic machines putting through our groceries. We don't even need cashiers anymore.
I know, right? Getting people, but it's for the cheap money. And I wouldn't lie. As a student, I sometimes go to a lot of times I go would go to corporate chains to get things for cheaper because
Oh, I do too. I shop at Superstore every week.
yeah, as a student you have to look into money, but I
Well,
try to
not
support
even-
local businesses.
Yeah, when you can, but like, yeah, I gotta pee.
Yeah.
How long has this been going for? Hour and 10. Wow, we might have an episode here.
We haven't even talked about India as much though. We kind of did.
Yeah.
We went into personal lives too much. I did.
but it helps the flow.
Yeah, we should get some road beers.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I got one question, and then we'll try out your snacks that you brought.
This is not Indian. This is Pakistani.
Okay. So on a podcast like Road Beers, we gotta talk. What's the drinking culture like in India?
Okay.
Because I understand it's not going to be like us, where we shotgun beers at 11 a.m. on a weekend. But
I can not tell you about. I can actually tell you, yeah. So, for families, like where I grew up,
yeah,
my dad or my mom
yeah,
would drink, right? In a lot of families in conservative families,
okay,
the woman in the house won't drink, or would
Won't.
at least people won't know if they're drinking. Like the elders won't know because the elders don't approve. And India has a lot of people.
So the women don't get to drink.
That was back in the day.
Okay,
Like back in the day, yeah, people didn't like when women used to drink,
okay,
and they would be like, now, there people are getting more modernized, westernized, and
okay.
people are, yeah, anyone can drink. It's the same thing. And still, in a lot of families, they won't tell the elder people, like grandparents, and
Yeah,
that the women in the house drink because they would. There's some like backward thinking.
but that's in
Indian
a lot
families.
of cultures too. Like even here, like I don't tell my grandma. I don't even like telling my mom. Me and my mom are pretty close, but I don't like telling my grandma about drinking or anything, even though she used to not party as much as I do, but like
Yeah.
she used to. They would have cabarets or whatever where they would get a buzz on and whatever. But
Oh yeah.
It couldn't be that much different. It's probably a little bit.
So
different.
for family, it's very different
Yeah.
actually. So in India,
Yeah.
birthday parties and going to someone's house is very different.
Okay.
Because if you're going to someone's house and someone invited you for a dinner or something,
You don't bring a bottle of wine?
it's not BYOB.
Okay.
It's not bring your own booze. The person who is inviting you, they have their booze and you're having theirs.
Okay.
So yeah, it's basically like my families and my like dad's or mom's friends come to our house
Yeah.
for dinners and things. They would never bring alcohol because my family
Right.
would provide alcohol to them as well as food.
Okay.
We have
So I guess the custom in Canada, you've only known the college custom where we all bring our own booze to every party, right?
I guess that's true.
With when you get older, around if you're like probably 30 years old plus, when you go to a party, you bring, because they're not like rager parties, like nobody's playing beer pong and nobody's doing a boot shot or anything like that. Like there's no, like it's not a party, it's like a dinner party.
Getting together party.
Yes, getting together. So nobody's getting hammered.
Yeah.
The custom in Canada usually is you'd bring a bottle of wine
Oh, okay.
and you don't plan on drinking it. You give it to the host and you say, "Here, I brought this."
Oh,
Which is kind of lame, but whatever.
yeah.
I did that at Christmas, actually, at my cousin's place. I was like, "Here, guys, here's this bottle of wine." It was a $75 bottle of wine. I was like, "I want to taste this so bad." Nobody was drinking.
Yeah.
So they'd had the bar set up. There was all the alcohol on the bar.
Yeah.
But nobody was drinking, so I didn't get to taste my own bottle of wine.
Ouch.
I was so sad. But so it is customary here for people at a dinner party or like a party you go to, probably 30 years old and over,
Yeah.
to the host will have alcohol and supply the alcohol.
Okay.
However, nobody's getting insanely trashed. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually customary to bring a bottle of wine.
Nice.
Once you get to that age where you need to be a little classier.
Yeah. In
But-
India,
so in India,
wine's not common.
okay,
You don't see wine that much.
you guys don't drink wine,
Not as much, no.
beer.
Beer, yeah. Beer
Okay.
is more for like college students and university
Oh, okay.
students. Like I think older people, like 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s maybe.
You guys got gin?
Not even gin is but mostly whiskey.
Oh,
Whiskey is big. Winter's rum, Scotch. Things like that are more common. Vodka
I wouldn't have thought that actually.
is considered more of a women's drink, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, here it is a little bit too.
I don't know, because
Vodka
I like
cocktails.
drinking vodka. I like the taste and
Yeah, for the most part. But like a lot of women's cocktails are made out of vodka, like a Cosmopolitan or a, just like a lot of the feminine drinks. I don't know.
like in India. I went back to India this summer,
Yeah,
and I got to see
and
all
we
my
missed
family.
you so much.
Oh yeah, yeah. But we were drinking with my family. My family's pretty open with everything, and they were like, "Oh, what do you want to drink?"
So your family's considered a little more progressive. in
More
India.
progressive, yeah, because we are drinking together and we are drinking at parties together
Okay.
and get-togethers, basically.
Yeah.
So my parents would be like, "Oh, what do you want to drink?" Because usually, in my family at least, like in my extended family and mine, like we drink whiskey and Scotch and what is it called? Single malt whiskey, which is more expensive, like I don't know.
Not
Something.
a rye.
something. Anyways, they're more of whiskey Scotch people.
Okay.
Okay. Like.
Do you guys have to import the Scotch then?
No.
No?
In India, you can get anything like
Yeah.
red label, black label, those things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jack Daniels, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm more of a whiskey drinker because alcohol for me, personally, like I don't care what kind of alcohol it is. I usually drink to feel it, not to taste it, not for the taste. I don't drink for the taste. And I'm like, okay, I'll have vodka. And then someone was like, oh, vodka is for women. Why would you drink that? Not everyone.
It gets me drunk, bitch.
I was like, okay, I'll have whiskey because I
Yeah.
don't care. But like that's their
Whiskey. You don't like whiskey and Coke?
I would go spiced rum and Coke.
Hey, that's a good drink.
But vodka and Coke is better for me than whiskey and Coke. Whiskey,
Yeah.
I drank whiskey and Scotch with my family.
Yeah.
And we had it with just water. My dad was like,
Oh, damn.
whiskey and Scotch, if you're having that, like the expensive ones, you don't.
Yeah, I just put an ice cube in mine.
Yeah, he's like, you don't need Coke or anything.
Yeah.
You can have.
Well, I like a good bourbon with a nice big ice cube in it.
Oh yeah.
And you sip it for
You sip it.
like a half hour.
He's like, you have ice in it. If you want to diluted water or carbonated water, if you do,
Yeah.
no, like
Well, that's why actually sometimes have you ever been to a bar where you order if you order a glass of bourbon?
yeah.
Sometimes,
I usually don't. But
yeah, I know. After your last story you just told, I was like, oh shit, never mind. But you order a glass of bourbon at some bars, they will give you a glass container with a plastic dropper as the cap, and it's to dilute. It's with distilled water. It's to dilute the whiskey,
interesting.
and you use it by drop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I did drink that, and my dad was like, he was able to tell the difference between the cheaper liquor and more expensive one. I wasn't so much.
Do you guys drink a lot of Canadian ryes there?
Not a lot.
No.
Like
Rye
my
whiskeys.
family, I would say would drink like once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
ish, once a week ish, not like every day. And wine is not a big thing even for older people. Like here, wine is a big thing. No. So alcohol in Hinduism, like, yeah, there's nothing, like, I don't know if there's anything about alcohol, but it's not a big thing, like, people don't
Culturally,
drink.
yeah.
Culturally, especially, like, in, I think, Christianity, you can bring alcohol to the churches.
Christianity, you're not supposed to get drunk.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I'm a bad Christian.
Oh, I did not know that.
No, you're not supposed to get drunk. Wine is so I think that's why our Western culture, like our Western Hemisphere cultures, have like enjoy wine and shit, and European cultures is because in the Bible they say that the wine is for social, is to become. It's just to become more social, to become intertwined with each other in society. You're not supposed to get drunk. Like I think getting drunk is a sin. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read the Bible in a little while.
Yeah.
But it's a sin. Communion, yeah, you bring wine in, you don't get drunk. It's supposed to make you more open to God.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Because nobody understood what alcohol really was, what it did to your body or anything like that. They just saw it as, okay, well, I become more vulnerable towards God when I have this sip of wine.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like, I mean,
and
alcohol...
And then it became the blood of Christ.
It did it?
Yeah.
Alcohol
In the
is
Christian
from...
Bible, the Jesus supposedly said that on the Last Supper he broke a loaf of bread and said that this is my body, because he knew he was going to get crucified like the next day. So he said to the disciples, he broke the loaf of bread, said, "This is my body," and use this as something in your worships. I'm massacring the scripture right now, but I suck.
That's fine.
Anyway, the bread is the body of Christ. The wine is the blood of Christ.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why at communion in the Christian church, the first Sunday of every month, you eat a piece of bread, or the priest gives you a piece of bread and a vial of wine. So you're taking in the body of Christ and the blood of Christ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to know, like, culture.
So if anybody talks about communion wine, that's what it is.
Okay.
But yes, technically alcohol does enter the church for communion.
Yeah.
But nobody gets drunk on it.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, in a lot of different cultures, alcohol is not considered right. Mm-hmm. But I feel like alcohol is made from nature.
Yeah, fermentation. Yeah. That's what interests me about Russians. Those guys are drunk all the time.
Vodka.
I think I'm allergic to vodka.
Why?
Because every time I drink it, I get so fucked up.
Yeah.
And I get like a rash on my mouth and throat.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I can't eat anything for like a day after I drink vodka. So I just tend to stay away from it. But that bottle is so cheap, it's hard not to turn down. Or it's hard to turn
like,
down.
What, $25?
Less than. What'd you pay for that? Where'd you get it?
I think Saskate Liquor. They're closed. Today is their last day. March 11th. You know Saskate Liquor is closing.
All the government liquor stores.
No, the one on 8th Street near McNally Robinson.
Yeah, that's a government liquor store.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So that must mean that all of them are closed.
March 11th was its last day.
Wow.
I got it from there. And it was
private
like
market
22, 23, 20, something like that.
Yeah. The private market is
most.
taking over liquor for good in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Because before you came here.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, they didn't have any private liquor stores. No Sobeys, no Superstore, no... I don't know what else. Costco. No Costco liquor stores.
Yeah.
Only Alberta had private liquor stores.
Oh.
All of ours were government controlled.
Privatization.
Yep.
Taking
Which,
over.
hey,
Are you against it or not? I'm not
for it or against it. Like, I don't know. I get better prices on liquor, and
I think it has its pros and cons.
do you have to go to the washroom?
Yes.
Why don't we end this? What do we leave? Oh no, we got to do the snacks. Never mind. Go to the washroom, come back, read the snacks.
Yeah, we should get some road beers.
I just asked if the keg is still going.
No.
Hey, worst comes to worst. Who's that?
Mom.
You can talk to your mom.
That's okay.
Okay.
She calls me very often, and I appreciate it.
I don't answer
She
my
called
mom
me, like-
every time either.
I don't either. Like
I called my mom earlier today.
I said I'll call you later. I called her last night. So yeah, but
There you
I'm glad she checks up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To mums.
Two moms.
All right. To our next segment, Indian snack review. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go out and say that we don't have the best Indian snacks to try here, but we'll make
Where'd you get these Indian snacks, Milan?
from an Indian store. Oh,
Whoa!
that.
Is it the one down the street?
No, it's 8th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides Snooker Shack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
Okay. So these are my favorite. Actually.
Okay. Well, let's leave those to last. I'm a big proponent of leaving the best to last.
Okay, these are spicy.
All right.
Kurkure.
Nice.
They're shaped like Cheetos and made from corn, but they have the
Okay.
Indian flavoring.
Nice.
I would have bought more if we were doing this as segment, but we need to do like a
Well, we don't have that much time. so-
actually, how about we do this like on a YouTube video? Trying Indian snacks. You, me, Zach, and more people. Mackenzie.
we could do that for the Patreon.
Yeah, let's do like a video because
Because I made a Patreon account. We need content for it.
Because tasting these and like telling about the flavor, it won't be as nice as getting the reactions.
True. We do a video of it. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's try these at least.
Okay, let's just try these.
Is it called curry?
Kurkure.
Curry.
How's the smell? They were very spicy. Like, it's spices, but it's not as spicy. You know what I mean? It's flavor.
Chili chaka. Okay. Coconut. Explosion of spicy chatpata. Taste in your mouth with every crunchy bite. Yeah, that's good.
You liked it?
Yes, sir. That's funny. It's Frito-Lay.
Oh yeah, from Lay's.
Yeah.
It's the same brand. They're very famous in India.
Really?
Right. This or Lay's. People go for this or Lay's, and then there's some more.
Huh.
These are one of the most famous.
That's neat. All right. Well, we have a beer night to get to.
Yep.
Birthday beer night. So
I
we
guess
better end this thing. What do we say?
we gotta do a part 2 because
We're doing a part. We gotta do a part 2.
We gotta do
Absolutely.
a part 2.
India deserves better.
Yeah, but this was fun.
Absolutely. Give me a cheers, mate.
Great, always talking to you.
Absolutely.
We'll go to the beer night and dance away. Dance the night away.
Dance the night away.
I love dancing.